Hello. This is Adrian. It's so funny. I'm still not sure if I'm Adrian Igo or Adrian Obi. I've been looking it up to see which name has the most, is the best for me, numerologically. So I'm not sure. I mean, legally, I guess I could stay Adrian Igo just simply because I like being Adrian Igo, or I could go back to being Adrian Obi, my original self, or I can marry another person and get a new last name. There's always an option C, right? There's an A, a B, and a C to everything. Sorry, while I'm making this, and this is really why I'm making this here instead of doing it live. Okay, so while I made this, I've spilled tea on the floor, almost on my hard drive, by the way. Thank God it really did not get the hard drive. But it did go on the floor, and it got on my foot, and it got on my pants, and I've been trying to laugh it through, and I'm probably not doing that great at that. But I've been having, my daughter's been having an existential crisis. And this hair, Lord. Anyway, I also have been having an existential crisis. I think what mine is, and I'm worried about my daughter, because that's one of the things I'm worried about. But for me, I mean, I'm at that age where I've got Saturn sitting on my sun. I mean, Saturn sitting on my ascendant. It's past my sun, but it's going to retrograde onto my sun at the end of April, on the 25th, I think, of April. Saturn retrogrades. One is the 25th and one is the 29th. Both Saturn and Pluto are retrograding at the end of April. So if you don't know that, please be aware of that. It's going to be major because, all the progress that you feel like you might have made in the area of Saturn and Pluto, you might feel like you have to go back and do things. And I know for me, I do. It is now almost April. Tomorrow is April. And I technically do not have my business license renewed. I'm hoping I can do that today. It's really upsetting in a way that, I could tell you really, it's just been the weirdest time for me financially that I can recall. And I couldn't understand why it's been so dry. And then I realized that for Seattle, I've got Capricorn in the second house, and therefore Saturn is in the second house. And in the whole house system, I have it in the second house by birth because I have it in Aquarius and I'm a Capricorn. So anyway, it's been a very weird and strange 3 months for me. And I do take donations. If you ever go to astrologylookinside.com, right on the first page it says donations. Make a donation. I will respond to your donation and say what question can I answer for you? As long as it's like $10. Yeah, why not? I do that all the time. So yeah, feel free to send a donation for one question. But every dollar helps at this point. I think we're just like in that stage of reality for a lot of people. And I do this, from my home, and this is how I make my extra money. So I do want to make sure I get enough money to renew my licenses. Otherwise, what's the point of being in business? I can't even make enough to do that. Right? And so I've been having my own existential crisis. I know it has a lot to do with business, if I'm doing the right thing for myself business-wise, if I'm, I remember some months ago reading about Pluto in the first house and Capricorn in the Saturn in the first house, but Pluto in particular, that it made for anger. And I can honestly say that I guess I have deeply embedded anger. I'm fighting that. I do fight that. I do. I've got, I am trying to release anger, and I think I'm doing a good job because I'm not feeling angry right now or tense or anything like that. But you know, you can always tell when you're feeling extra angry or something, because it'll be hard. You can't even concentrate because you're worrying about whatever subject or whatever it is that's making you so upset and angry. And so luckily that I don't have to worry about right now, and that's a good thing. So I was able to release that. I feel like I'm free. But there is still like this weird frustration over things. So I thought I would make a video about it, because you know how I'm always trying to record these feelings, these vibes, these experiences, because you know, months later I might go over and go, oh yeah, that's when Saturn was like right on my ascendant and was about to go retrograde, and I felt it. And Saturn right now is like directly opposing the North Node or something like that, which means, you know, the South Node is there, and then I've got my South Node in Capricorn anyway, and so they're probably all conjunct, and my North Node is still within striking distance of the North Node, like 5 degrees, and so that's probably making some aspects with other people, and how other people are looking at me, and how I'm looking at my relationships with other people, and how I view myself, and what I bring into this world, because the South Node is here, and what I need to learn because the North Node is on the other side. And I've been looking at how I haven't really reached out to other people, and how I pull myself away from others, and how I kind of bury myself into my own shell, and I don't go outside, and I don't reach out to others. And I know that the lesson I'm supposed to learn in this life is to reach out to others, because the North Node is in Cancer, and it's in my 7th house. I mean, I'm aware of all this, right? I know. But I'm not doing it, right? I've made some friends. I've reached out, but every once in a while, I'll pull back into my shell. And I just want you guys to know, Carla, Pam, I really do love you guys. Don't give up on me, please. I really enjoy having some actual human friends to talk to in the city. And I apologize if I haven't been that great of a friend, because that is the thing that's difficult, the most difficult for me. I've got Saturn in Aquarius. It means I have pain when it comes to building friendships. It's the hardest thing in my life to do. It's not that I'm a bad friend or that I don't want to be a friend. It's that I don't know how to do it well. And I've got Saturn there. And so it might seem heavy. And a lot of, you know, I hate to say I'm like mud. Capricorn, right? And now I've got my progressed sun in the 12th house in Pisces. Like, that is a watery thing. Watery. And then my 12th house Capricorn sun on the ascendant from the 12th, water mud. So you ever hear that saying, oh, their name is mud? Or don't rain on my parade? Or, you know, they bring a dark cloud, or any of those things. Well, I feel like I stay to myself more for the protection of others than for myself. And some people might say, oh, that's a cop-out. You're not, it's not that important or whatever. You can still do it. Well, maybe I just don't like the way it feels. Like, I don't like going outside of my comfort zone and being attacked. Because I often do get attacked. Now, I may be having flashback of moments of attack from the past, from when I was a bigger woman and I was attacked often. But now I got this fear about being attacked, you know, just in general, because I'm sort of, like my daughter says, I'm clear. I don't seem to fit in. I just don't seem to fit in wherever I go. Well, I thought I did, but it seems I might not. I don't know. And that's a shame. I wish I could say to people that come to me, you know, in their 20s and 30s that, oh, by the time your second Saturn return comes at, you know, in your mid 50s, you're going to know the answers to everything, that you're going to have this unbelievable knowledge of the world, and that you're going to be able to, you know exactly what to do and have everything exactly right. And I can tell you that that does not exist, at least not for me. And that even into your 50s and 60s and 70s, mistakes can still be made. I value and I honor all of you 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds, some things that are trying to get it right so early, because you'll have a better likelihood of getting it right because you're trying to get it right now. And you know, a lot of people will say to me, oh, wow, you know, you've got such great skin. What do you do? And I'm like, well, it's not what I do now. It's what I did in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s. It's what I did consistently over 30 years. It, you know, pretty much when I started taking care of my skin in my 20s, my skin stayed like it wanted to be in my 20s. Very lucky that way. So, you know, it's the things that we do consistently that create the change. Anyway, I noticed I'm at 11 minutes. That's how much I can ramble. This is officially my, you know, my first of the month, April 2019 ramble. You know, whatever. I just have fun with it now, because I mean, why not? To have fun with it. By the way, if you've been wondering what I've been doing, I've been holding on to these stones in my hand, amethyst and pink quartz and this jade quartz. I just, it feels good in my hand when I'm talking, and you know, so I still have my lucky amethyst, a giant here. I love my lucky amethyst. It's perfect. But, you know, I only use that really when I'm doing the actual readings. These feel good. I just got these and they feel really good. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. You know, I will be back with more astrological chat and ramble. Don't forget, the 5th of April, new moon in Aries. It's going to be major. Don't forget, 20th of April, the full moon in Libra. It's going to be major. 19th and 20th going to be major. And don't forget, 25th of the month, Saturn retrogrades. Oh my God. And then on the 29th of the month, Pluto retrogrades. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's fear and trepidation going on here. Really. I don't even feel like I've made any progress. Really? But, I mean, the reality is, whatever little bit of progress I made, well, it might go backwards. I mean, Pluto and Saturn are my ascendant and are going backwards. So, they're actually Saturn, or was it? I think it's Saturn. It's going to make it all the way back past my sun. And my nerves are bad. I've had a really bad Saturn on my sun moment when my husband left me, and I lost my baby that I thought I was going to have it, like a change of life child, and I didn't. And I had this dream of this beautiful family and traveling the world with this man and all this stuff, and none of those dreams are going to come true. And something happens inside of your heart and your soul when you lose all the dreams that you had. And so, you know, a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, you should be healed by now. You should get over that, whatever that is. And I'm like, but I've got to rebuild all new dreams. I had 5 years, really, of this. My heart hurts. And I think I talked about this in one of my videos about how couples that are married, sometimes they'll die one after another. And I was telling my daughter, I'm just trying not to die. I'm trying not to expire from sadness or whatever that is when couples who are together die. So I've been lucky, though. I've been lucky because out of the blue, and for some reason, the universe bestowed many admirers in my direction. And so it keeps me, it keeps me humble, it keeps me young, and it keeps me hopeful that maybe that wasn't the right one, and the right one is still out there. And so my story isn't over. It hasn't been fully written, and I'm open to changing my story's ending so that it fits in alignment with what's positive, good, uplifting, and makes my soul happy and sing. And I hope that whatever you're doing in your life, that you are changing your story so that whatever you do makes you happy and makes your soul happy and makes your spirit sing. Because, man, don't be unhappy in this world. We only have so much time to enjoy it. So do what you can to enjoy it. And with that, I'm going to say good night or good day to you all. This has been Adrienne Igo, Adrienne OB, Capricorntigress of Astrology, a Look Inside. And if you have not reached out to me, please do at astrologyalookinside.com. I am going to fix the link on the first page that says order. You'll have to go to astrologyalookinside.com/order to hit order, but I will fix that, by the way. It throws everyone off. And then I do take donations, and at the bottom of the page, it does have donation there, so we do accept donations. Also, you can find me at patreon.com. So it would be patreon.com/Capricorntigress. Also, I am going to be giving out classes. I'll put some notes about my classes. You can order them off of Calendar. They're coming up in April. And then, let's see, I also have Facebook. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/astrology a look inside. And our group is facebook.com/groups/astrology a look inside. Well, I thank you all for putting up with me, playing with this hair the whole time, and, really just pouring out my garbage again. This is what I do. Every month I let it out, whatever's going on, and this is April's. Okay, well, I'm going on to actually do some readings. Much love and light to you all.